Hello, this is actually a video for myself, or at least as much as for myself as I can have. It's my uh, tuned down video from my last video, which was my anxiety response video. And I guess I'm still feeling anxious. Um, but the good thing is I released that video publicly, and I get people who watch my channel regularly respond, and that's nice. So why am I still so anxious? I don't know. I go through these periods where I talk a lot and I share a lot, and then I can overdo it, and then I retreat, retreat. Um, and um, I worry that I whine, where I say I'm going woe is me, and then people are like, "You're okay, you're okay." The people who are the carers in our community are like, "You're okay, that's all right, you're okay, Jay." Um, and well, hopefully, I'm good at someone is saying, like, just trying to be authentic and not put up a front. I think, as a dude, you're expected to kind of project strength, or to not show your worries. And I know, from growing up with, unfortunately, some male role models that were very much keep everything inside. That's really unhealthy. Um, and I've had periods of my work life where I've kept everything inside, and then it's leaked out in inappropriate ways. I think that's where you get um, guys acting like assholes, guys trampling over other people. It's because they're not dealing with their own shit, and then taking it out on other people. Uh, and I try and be mindful that I need to deal with that, so some poor person wandering by doesn't end up incurring getting my leakage. If I have anxieties about my life, about hobbies, or things that are worrying me, I try and talk it out. I try and think about it. I try and let my body feel it and just let it go, versus the other stuff, versus suddenly exploding and just pounding something that doesn't, has got no need for that. Yeah, yeah. And my almost obsessive video making is a result of that. This is my incredibly inexpensive therapy. I have a phone already, and YouTube thankfully isn't charging me for all the many hours of videos I've made on this channel blabbing, or on my other channel blabbing with comments. And people, sometimes it's good to get reflection back of, like, what other people see. uh, yeah, yeah. um, and the birds chirp. It's actually a fairly beautiful day out, and I am gonna get ready and go for a nice bike ride, which will end at me getting to work, hopefully with less of my anxiety intact because of chatting about stuff, and also getting a good bike ride. That also helps. That, you know, doing something physical. I walked the doodle in between this video and the last video, and that's also a good thing. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. Been working on a review of the 10,000 Doors of January, which I'll, try not to take my aggressions around that poor book that I have issues with, but I'm not going to be. It's just like, oh, this is kind of interesting, and a couple of books, yeah, which are just sort of a little bit more Actually, this 10,000 Doors of January seems like it's a fantasy book. There's a thing about the female protagonist that might be a little bit. I need to kind of invest myself in that and think about being a female. Think about being a female at the turn of the century. And kind of go from there on that. Yeah, and I'm also thinking about Such a Fun Age, which is really, it's like, wow. Um, it's a young woman, it's a young black woman, in a contemporary setting, which the contemporary setting and the contemporary kind of mores of um, women dealing with men, I've got no experience with. Uh, you know, I met my partner in the late 80s, early 90s, and that was a much different time. And I never actually, even then, I was never ever a part of a dating scene. God, I think I'm a basket case now. I was way more of a basket case then. I was extremely fortunate in how I met Ja. And before we go into that story, I'll just end it here. Okay. Sitting on my deck and just looking at the sky, the blue, blue sky. Yeah. Blue sky.